Meech, Hayden, obviously, not a lot to celebrate from tonight. What do you guys do after a game like this when you're watching the film? Look for good things? You just burn this tape and go on? How do you approach this one going forward?
Even though this was a tough loss, I think it's a lot of good things to take still from it, to learn from. Obviously, got a great team Tuesday versus Kentucky, and we do have practice tomorrow. So pretty sure we're going to have some tape and film to watch on things we could have did better to stay in the game and, keep it close. It was a tough loss, man. So, it's one game. It doesn't define us. Had moments like this before and definitely feel like we can bounce back from it. So.
Meechie, when you have a game like tonight where you're, almost outscoring the rest of the team for a lot of it, just how do you kind of handle that mentally, knowing that, you're kind of the only one who has shots falling at that moment?
It's basketball, man. It happens. Like I said, I was a point guard. Maybe I got to do a better job of getting my teammates in better spots and getting them where they can be comfortable and hit some shots. So going forward, man, I just try to stay aggressive, obviously, and do whatever I can to help us win. But like I said, as a point guard, maybe that's on me to, put people in better spots and, get them good looks.
And it seemed like Tennessee kind of got whatever it wanted to from an offensive standpoint tonight. How much of that was just dudes hitting tough shots or some breakdowns of you guys defensively?
Yeah, a little bit of both. But, credit Tennessee and Coach Barnes for what they do. Because what they do it well. And they got some older guys, some veteran guys on that team. And so they know how to win. They know what winning looks like. There's a little bit of scouting report here and there that we could have adjusted. But I think at the end of the day, what does our competition look like? Like, how bad do we want to win? Like, they know how to win, right? And so it's just going to be a reflection for us, look ourselves in the mirror collectively, but also just individually and see, all right, we don't want this to happen again. So what are we going to do?
For either one of you guys, Tennessee ranks one of the top defenses, if not the top defense in the country coming into this. Just what did you see from them that they do so well? What makes them so tough to score against?
Yeah, I think, it's they are one organism. I know that sounds weird, but they're always on the same page. Communication is really good. They're heavy in the gaps. And they play hard. Like, I know we keep coming back to that, but they play hard. On the offensive end, yes, but on the defensive end as well. So, they do a lot of, basketball things defensively really well. But they just know where they need to be and why they need to be there.
Yeah, Hayden, after the game, you kind of pulled all the guys in and we're talking to them, kind of saying this was a wake-up call. Just talk me through that message and why you wanted to make sure you got all the guys and delivered that to them right there.
Yeah, with a game like this, man, it's really easy to just let your head go down very far and be like, this is the story of our season. Man, it's a second conference game. Is it what any of us wanted or expected? No. But does that mean, like what Meechie said, it's not going to define our season. It's not going to define us as people. And so just making sure that, we can look each other in the eyes and be like, okay, maybe this calls for another level of accountability. Maybe this calls for another level of competition that we haven't gotten to yet. And so just making sure everybody's on the same page. But ultimately, I'm fighting for you. We are fighting for each other. Coach Parrish and the rest of the staff is fighting for us. We are going to fight moving forward, and not letting just one game kind of just define us as people, as a team, as an organization.
Hayden, you said yesterday you thought the offense was getting really good looks, just not all of them falling. Where do you think you guys went away from that today? Why was it just Tennessee's defense, or was something you guys did to not get as good of looks on offense?
Yeah, once again, a little bit of both. Credit their defense because what we were getting against Vandy, which was what I was talking to you about the other day, we weren't able to get that. And so it was kind of a shock to our system of okay, where is the bending or adaptability in our offense, right? Because what we can get against Vandy doesn't mean we can get it against Tennessee or Kentucky or fill in the blank. And so we probably have to get to the point where we can adapt to different defenses because every team is going to run defensive differently. And so we just got to look just introspectively and see, okay, how can we adapt to different defense and different teams and systems?
Hey, fellas, this is for both of you. Either one of you can take it. Gigi had probably his, worst game as a Gamecock so far, not being able to score a point. So what are some of the things as leaders on this team are you guys kind of saying to him to keep his head up as SEC play continues?
I mean, he's a young player. That's going to happen in college basketball at the next level for him. Again, second game, a conference, he's adjusting, he's learning. So for him, it's just on to the next, man. This is a game probably for him. He just got to, swallow and, let it go through the system and move on to the next. But he's a good player, man. He's got a lot to learn. And obviously, like you said, we're going to be here to support him and get him through whatever he got to get through. So he'll be fine. So, second game for him, conference. He's still learning. He's still growing. The kid's supposed to be in high school right now. So, 16 games left at conference. I'm pretty sure 100% he'll bounce back and have some better games.
Yeah. I think I just want to add too, man. A lot of people have a plan for his life, and a lot of people have a lot of opinions and whatnot. And so there's a lot of voices that he's constantly hearing. And so for me, I don't want to be another one that just plugs in another tidbit of information that he's probably already hearing. And so after a game like tonight, man, I just pulled him aside. I said, "I love you, bro." I mean that with my whole heart. That's all the information that I needed to communicate to him tonight. Not, can you shoot it better next time or whatever, anything else I could say. I just told him I love him because we all do collectively. And it's hard to feel love after bad games. But he needed to know that, or I hope he did.
Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate